What's up, guys? Your boy, 22K13. I'm here to give y'all 10 interesting facts about WWE Neville. Having made his main roster debut the night after this year's WrestleMania, Neville is already winning himself plenty of fans due to the gravity-defying electric, athletic style that marks him out as a truly unique talent in the world of professional wrestling. The real-life Benjamin Statterly is a performer who has been a buzz around him since he first surfaced in the British independent wrestling scene. Wowing fans whenever he wants, whether you know him as Pop, Jungle Pop, Adrian Neville, or just Neville. This is a talent who is special. If these last few weeks are the first time that you've seen Neville, all you really know is that he now wears a hood cape of sorts and that he's an explosive in-ring performer. To date, he's been very much a silent assassin type, simply stepping into the ring and focus on taking care of business. Steel cape makes everything cooler, right? Now that he finally made his way to the big league, it's time to take a look at 10 backstage facts about Neville that may raise an eyebrow and will get those unfamiliar with the jumping majority up to speed. Number 10. He's one half of NXT's first tag champ. It was on the January 16, 2013 episode of NXT that Adrian Neville made his debut, defeating one-time Tensai manservant Sakamoto. Within a month, he had won his first piece of gold in the WWE developmental territory. When NXT launched a tournament to crown its first ever tag team champion, Neville teamed with fellow Englishman Oliver Gray, going through Heath Slater and Drew McIntyre, then Cassius Ohno and Lego Kruger. The duo found themselves in the finals of the tournament against the Wyatt family, Luke Harper and Eric Rowan. Airing on February 13, 2013, Neville and Gray would defeat Harper and Rowan to become the first ever NXT Tag Team Champions. Gray was soon to be out with an injury though. With Bo Dallas filling in as Neville's partner, the belt would be lost to the Wyatts. Neville would later team with Corey Graves to regain the title before losing them to the Ascension as Adrian Neville's single career started to take shape. Number 9. Took part in NXT's first ever ladder match. Excuse me. So far, there only ever been one ladder match in the history of NXT. Having defeated Sami Zayn to become the number one contender for the NXT Championship, Adrian Neville would go on to feud with former partner Bo Dallas over the title. With Dallas managed to escape with the belt around his waist for several months, the stage was finally set for a blowout to this feud. And so a ladder match was set between Bo Dallas and Adrian Neville for the brand first big show, NXT Arrival. Not only was Neville involved in his first ever and currently only ever NXT ladder match, he came out the victor, defeating Dallas to capture the NXT Championship. Number 8. He fought Akebono. Remember Akebono, the sumo wrestler who Big Show went up against at WrestleMania 21? where he followed up his 2005 Mania appearance with a full transition into the professional wrestling industry, where a match against Big Show was a true meeting of two Goliaths. Akibono's subsequent in-ring career had often seen the 6'8" monster tower over his opponent. One such opponent was Neville, who was then going by the name of Pac. As part of the Dragon Gate War One group, Pac would step into the ring with Akibono, Don Fuji, and Matakashi Machizuki in 2009 at several points. Given how Vince McMahon reportedly sees Neville as a smaller underdog figure, his time in the ring with the like of Akibono should do him well ahead of stepping into the ring with some of WWE's larger talent. Number 7. He is the longest reigning NXT champion. After taking the belt from Bo Dallas at NXT Arrival, Adrian Neville went on to become the longest reigning NXT champion in the brand history. Neville's reign of 287 days saw him regularly defend the title against the likes of Dallas, Tyson Kidd, Tyler Breeze, Sami Zayn, and Brodus Clay, with him eventually losing the belt to Zayn in a brilliant match at NXT TakeOver R Evolution. The man that gravity forgot title reign saw him wow fans as he put in a number of fantastic delays, showcasing both himself and NXT as a brand and garnering a lot of attention and fanfare. Now it's up to Neville to build on his established reputation and take things to the next level. The list of NXT champions is a small one at this stage, with Seth Rollins, Big E, and Bo Dallas coming before Neville. Here hoping the jumping jelly rise to the main WWE roster is more Seth Rollins than is the other two. Number 6 has already had 2 US title shots. Despite having only just appeared on the main roster, Neville had actually already had 2 shots at the US title. The Newcastle native first shot at the belt came on the 24th of April 2013, challenging Cesaro for the gold. Neville was an NXT Tag Team Champion at the time, would ultimately come up short against the Swiss Superman. Neville's next shot at the US title came during Dean Ambrose's run with the belt. Considering Ambrose's reign was best remembered for how little he actually defended the title. He dropped down to defend it on NXT against the man who gravity forgot. Ambrose would end up retaining the gold thanks to some interference from the Shield brethren. So as well as being a former NXT champion and 2-time NXT Tag Team Champion, the recently debuted Neville had already had 2 shots at WWE Gold. You have to think that Neville stepping out during the upcoming London Raw show to answer John Cena's opening challenge will garner a huge reaction from the UK crowd. Here hoping. Number 5. Lost his teeth in a nightclub incident. Don't worry, this isn't anything quite as raucous as Shawn Michaels' nightclub run-in with Submarine. If you believe the WWE and it's not as if they ever lie, obviously Neville lost some of his teeth last year in the NXT tangle with Brodus Clay. This is kind of true, but largely false. In Brodus' own words, he came off the top rope and he quote, And he quote, "He came off the top rope and his face hit my head. As we went down, I T-boned him out of it. His teeth actually stayed stuck in his mouthpiece. Didn't know his teeth were out until he got in the back, but he got brand new teeth out of it. After he lost one real tooth, the other two were fake that were bonded together. He lost three, but two wasn't really his. So while it was played up on TV as Clay knocking Neville teeth out, in reality most of the teeth that came out were already false. The real reason that Neville lost his teeth stemmed back to an incident in 2006. After partying just a little too hard after a particular show, the then Pac got carried away. One drunken flipped too many wounds up in a never good meeting of a face and hard surface, resulting in several teeth falling out. Reports vary on whether the fateful flip happened inside a nightclub or in the streets after closing time, but the end result was the same. Since then, false teeth and gum seals have been the order of the day for the man who gravity forgot. Number four was given a royal standoff by, was given a royal standoff by Dragon Gate. They say that respect is everything in the wrestling business and that true friends are hard to come by. In a show of huge respect, Ben Stottery was given an emotional standoff when leaving Dragon Gate in 2012. His graduation ceremony, as shown in the above video, you can check out on WhatCulture.com, is guaranteed to bring a tear to the eyes of even the most cold-hearted as Pac said goodbye to his Japanese days in order to set sail on his WWE adventure. From all accounts, there is not a bad word to be said about Saturday. He renowned for his professional attitude and just an excellent ring work. Just watching above the video show how much he means to some of his peers. Number three, has already been wrestling over a decade. To many, the WWE is the be-all and end-all of the wrestling business. As such, Neville recent main roster debut is the first time that some wrestling fans have seen this talented performer in any shape or form. In reality, Benjamin Stottery has been an active part of the wrestling industry for over a decade and is not just somebody who is hired with no experience and merely because they had a few tins of tuna and lifted a few weights. Making his debut at the 17-year-old back in 2004, this is someone who has traveled across the globe in order to hone his skills and expand his repertoire. Making his start in England, the then Pac delivered the goods across Europe, North America, and Japan, appearing in the likes of IWF, New Wrestling Evolution, Pro Wrestling Guerrilla, Dragon Gate, Ring of Honor, TNA, Chikara, and New Japan Pro Wrestling. This is someone who is vastly experienced, has paid his due all over the globe, and is finally getting the chance to showcase his ability on the biggest stage of them all. Make no mistake about it. Despite being referred to, despite being referred to by the term on WWE TV, Neville is no rookie. Number two, used to wrestle barefoot and a loincloth. Jungle Pac, a gimmick that could be pulled straight from the WWF early 90s New Generation movement. When Pac made his debut in the Italy New Wrestling Federation, he was renamed as Jungle Pac. Despite a night out in Newcastle having some interesting sights, Pac's hometown was now built as simply the Jungle. How easy it is to get hold of a bottle of Newcastle Brown in the jungle is still unknown, though while the high-flying style and dynamic move were still mainly kept intact, this version of Pac will wrestle barefoot in a loincloth depicted as some sort of primitive, unevolved character. This was definitely a style of stylish wrestling personality that had yet to be seen, although standard Pac and later Adrian Neville were likely more entertaining and definitely more doable to getting over in a serious way. Still, Jungle Pac was definitely something different. And finally, the last one has already fought and feuded with many WWE talent. In recent years, the WWE has finally started to look seriously at the independent wrestling scheme in terms of signing up talent. For years, fans talk about great excitement about the life of CM Punk and Bryan Danielson, with both winding up as a major player within Vince McMahon's organization. Similarly, the life of Colt Cabana, Chris Hero, Claudio Castagnoli, El Genero, Prince David, Kenta, Samoa Joe, and Pac were darlings of the IWC. Cabana would come and go at with Hero, but Castagnoli is now Cesaro, El Genero is Sami Zayn, David is Finn Balor, Kenta is Hideo Itami, Samoa Joe is arriving in WWE slash NXT immediately, and Pac is obviously Neville's. These warriors of the canvas and the road all have a tight bond and sense of friendship, with most having been through the same road to get to the big dance, and many of them often making the struggle alongside each other. With how NXT has been developed over the last few years, both in terms of recruitment and presentation, it feels as if there is a fresh group of guys ready to take over the WWE, all who have traveled the same path and are hungry at finally getting their chance in the big time, as well as battling those who he has traveled the road with. Neville had also had tangles with talents like Bray Wyatt, Luke Harper, Eric Rowan, Tyson Kidd, Dean Ambrose, Heath Slater, Titus O'Neil, Tyler Breeze, Adam Rose, Bo Dallas, and The Ascension. Such a strong bond and familiarity familiarity with each other and in-ring style can only bode well for the future of the WWE in the wrestling industry, as highlighted by some of the stellar matches that we've been treated to in NXT. At the front of the pack, at the front of this pack is Neville. He is one of those rare talents who can make a match with anybody seem memorable, whether it's someone he battled previously or a new opponent. Just let him do his thing and be prepared to have your mind blown. Well, that's it, guys. See you guys on the next one. Peace.